is my Nicolai Geometron. There's been a few upgrades on the bike since you last saw it. So this is now version 2.0, and as you can see, there are quite a few changes. Let's start at the front, shall we? First of all, we have the wonderful Mork fork. Mork stands for Mojo Offset Reduction Crown, which are these parts here, which converts your previous fork into a triple clamp with an offset reduction chip here to allow the offset of the steering to be reduced and also increase the stiffness around the front of the bike. But we'll come to that in more detail when I cover the suspension. We'll do that in a separate video. We'll also do a separate video on the drivetrain, on the geometry, and perhaps some of the accessories as well. But in the meantime, this is just an overview of some of the upgrades that have happened since the last version. One of the biggest changes that you'll notice up front is there is a larger wheel. This is now a wagon wheeler up front. It's a mullet bike. It's a 27.5 on the rear, 29 on the front. Creates a completely different dynamic, more rollover capabilities on the front. It also meant that it raised the front of the bike up a little bit, 3/4 of an inch on the axle, so I had to make some other changes, which I'll come to again in the geometry video. We've also got some nice Trail Coach stickers on the front, but there's some new graphics down here on the swing arms. We also have a beautiful new frame bag from Straight Cut Design. Got some snacks, more snacks, pump, water, tools, spare tube. Very handy, plenty of space left. A new EXT Storia V3 shock with hydraulic bottom out control. That shock makes every sort of terrain feel like a blue trail. It's amazing. We've got the new Pinion DS2 shifter that has been designed in collaboration with Ergon, which I also now have Ergon grips to match. I've not had this for very long, but initial impressions are a massive improvement on the previous version, and that's before we even talk about the cable routing and the little red indicator ring that they've matched up with my bike for me. Ergon have also supplied a saddle to be mounted on top of the bike yoke dropper post, which is the Revive model in 185, which leaves me just 5 or 10 mil for small adjustments underneath there. Absolutely fantastic having that extra travel. The Snap World Cup edition has slightly deeper tread in the middle and new side knobs, which are far more resilient than the previous kind of diamond version. Massive improvement on this tyre. We've also got a beautiful Hope direct mount stem on top, matching carbon bars, all made in Burnoldswick of course. I've also got some crank protection strips on here. As you can see, it's kind of getting a bit worse for wear now, but it's done the trick for a number of months. This bike takes a heavy amount of abuse. This is its 3rd full season complete now, so I'm absolutely amazed at how well it copes with constant abuse. A regular bike would be needing to replace its drivetrain far more regularly, and I'd have to maintain it every day after use as well. Where I'm coaching or guiding or just generally adventuring with this bike, I can actually afford to just maybe rinse off the worst and just chuck it in the back of the van to be ridden again the next day. That's the beauty of the gearbox and the carbon drive belt system. And that about covers it really. That's a quick overview of my bike, quick bike check. As I said, there'll be more detailed videos coming up on the geometry, the drivetrain, some of the accessories, even the philosophy of why I build the bike like this. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. Give us a wee thumbs up like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to my channel up here. Have another look at another video up there. Now, let's get this thing ridden. Perfect! There we go. Right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheerio!